There was a meeting 2 years ago.
Good evening, everyone. Let's get started. Everybody rise for the Indonesian flag, please. To the allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay, still waiting. Ron just walked in, but before we get started, I see some people are videotaping, and of course you all have the right to videotape the meeting if you'd like. Okay, I'll speak a little bit louder. You all have the right, I see some people are videotaping the meeting, and you have the right to record or videotape the meeting. And I know sometimes things are then published on the internet from these recordings, which you have the right to do that. But I'm just cautioning, if those recordings are edited, changed, or modified to put those people who are recorded in a false light or in a light that's unfavorable, improperly so, that may subject you to liability, which I'd like to avoid that, so I'm just warning ahead of time. Thank you.
It's just the guy keeps losing in court.
I guess they ran out of money.
Ron, all right, you ready to get in with the quorum?
We are well over the required 184 based upon the proxies and the signings that we have. So I will declare that, or in your benefit, declare that we do have a quorum, and I'll give an exact number once we finalize the vote.
Thank you. All right, Ron, approval of the notification of the meeting.
There is the notification, the meeting went out on July 17th. There is a affidavit that will be executed and entered into the file in that effect.
All right, at this point, there are 5 candidates who've been nominated to run. Per your bylaws, nominations can also be made by the floor, from the floor. So, are there any nominations from the floor? Raise your hand if you either want to nominate yourself or if you want to nominate someone else. Asking for nominations, first time. Asking for nominations, second time. Asking for nominations, third time. Seeing no nominations being made, nominations are closed with the 5 candidates who are running. Freddie Acevedo, Derry Arias, Jill Baker, Alberto Delgado, and Priscilla Scurry. At this point, each candidate will have the opportunity to speak for 1 minute. So just go in the order they're listed. First, Freddie Acevedo. Right here. Nope.
That's his first meeting.
Yep.
Derry.
I was gonna vote for him.
Hi everyone, I hope everybody's doing okay. My name is Thierry Arias. I've been in Plantation since 2019. I've been part of the board for 4 years so far, and I can share some of my accomplishments. I'm a driven person. When I set myself to a goal, I tend to accomplish them and just follow through what I promise to people when I go and get their votes door to door. I usually ask them what they would like to see, and they would give me feedback. And based on that, the more feedback that I get, that's what I tend to focus on. Some of the issues that we have come together with this board, with the staff, with management, some of the residents that live here, they also have children at Canela, the school nearby. Some of their concerns were that they didn't have enough lighting when there was a change of daylight time saving, and that it was dangerous for the kids. So I pushed for that. That was my original project. That's when I started. And we got that done in the second year. So if you go through there, you see those lights. That's thanks to all the effort that we've been making to make that done. Some of the feedback that I have also gathered is from safety hazard trees, pine trees. They're not native to Florida. Therefore, an investigation was made who does these trees really belong to at Nixon. So based on that, they do belong to Plantation. We also have the responsibility to take care of them just as any other tree that we have within the community. So that was a big project due to the fact that people were having issues with the branches messing up fences, storage, sheds, the foundation of the home because the water couldn't flow properly. That's another thing. Pools as well due to the roots. So taking all of that in consideration, that was a big area that was not focused on before. I took on the challenge. I presented it to the board. We also ran a survey to see how many people were affected. And we've been working on this project slowly in batches. So, we did a first round, a second round, and we're in a third phase, trying to manage the budget to avoid it from increasing. Also the cleanup for the ditches, and also helping out with the research for the streets that we have nowadays. So is that my time?
Go ahead, I'm just letting you.
Okay. So with that being said, just so you know, I'm a person that accomplished what I set my mind to. I do have other projects. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Other than that, I would like to have your support. So thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Mr. Running.
Joe Baker? Joe, I'll give you the same amount of time to speak.
Hi, everybody. A lot of you that are here know me. I've been here for over 40 years. I was on the board at one time. I'm not involved in as many projects that are going on because I haven't been on the board. They've been doing an awesome job. I've been trying to focus lately. I'm very family oriented. I've got 3 children that were raised here. I'm raising 2 grandchildren here. I've been married to my husband. It'll be 59 years next month. And we've been here. I feel I grew up here, and so has my family. There's a lot of families that have brought to my attention that they want more things done that are family oriented. I've looked at the bios of the other candidates that are running. I'm not in construction. I don't fix windows. I don't do things like that. But I've always been there for my neighbors, or anybody in my area. I have been doing research. I have books that I've put together. I have names of people that can help the senior citizens that seem to be really having a lot of problems right now with trying to keep up. After my husband and I both retired, the money changes. To me, first impressions mean a lot. I was raised that way. I'm a military brat. My husband was in the military for 20 years. I worked for the government. I worked for the Tampa Police Department. And it's always been about trying to make sure that everything's taken care of. And that's what I do. I do my research because I don't have the qualifications to fix a roof. I had worked at the front desk for 5 years, so I dealt with a lot of people with things that they needed. They needed their roofs, they needed their fences, they, mow your grass. So when people come in here, I've had friends come, and they say, you know, they're not mowing their grass or something. To me, these are fixes that I'd like to get involved with. I know the board has been taking care of so many things. The streets are awesome. I have a 17-year-old grandson that just started driving, and he just loves driving on these new streets. And that's coming from a child. So I can offer that much to you, that I want to help. I'd love to be part of the board. I know all these people. We've known each other for years. Our kids have grown up together. They've gone to school together. So that's my platform, is to graduate to a better level of living. That's what the graduation outfit was. Somebody said, you know, why didn't you put a new picture? Well, my platform is, let's graduate to a better level of living. So between the experience of the other people that are on the board and the connections I have that we can help, that's what I'm here for. So please vote for me. Thank you.
Alberto Delgado.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alberto Delgado. I've been a resident of Tampa here in Plantation for over 34 years. I am also a homeowner. Just retired 2 years ago. My last corporate job for the past 20 years was anti-money laundering investigator. It's a lot of compliance that we deal with. I am a father of 3. I have 6 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. All my children raised here in Plantation. I love this community. I am an action man. I'm not gonna come here and promise you all this beautiful thing. The only thing I can promise is that I am gonna work for our community. I am part of this community, and I love this community. I could retire and I could go back to Puerto Rico, where I'm from. But roots are very deep here in Plantation. And I am willing to work with everyone to move forward. And nothing is perfect, but the job is being done, and we could do more of what needs to be done. So if you have any questions, I also served in the military. You could come to me, ask me any question, and I'll be happy to answer, all right? Have a great evening.
Priscilla Scurry. Priscilla? All right. At this point, those of you who have not cast your ballots, if you've gone and gotten another ballot, for those people who haven't cast their ballots yet, please proceed forward with filling out your ballots, and then we'll turn them in the ballot box, and then they'll proceed with counting the votes. We'll give you a couple minutes there. Oh, while you're doing that, next on the agenda is presentation of the proposed amendment. Tony, you want to address that?
There was an initiative about a couple of months ago to allow the membership, the homeowners, to use artificial turf as a ground cover at their homes. And there was a lot of research done. Gieri headed up that committee, and with the help of Rob and the other members of the architectural committee, they came up with guidelines and did a lot of research on proper application of the product, and got some professional expertise, and came together with a plan. It was presented to the board of directors, and it was decided that it would be presented to the membership for vote. A vote in favor of the amendment would allow homeowners to use artificial turf in their yards. There are restrictions that will be established, how much a yard can be covered and all of that. The backyard, if you're in a closed fenced area, you can do the whole backyard if you wanted to. It has to be professionally installed, and we urge everyone, if they vote for it, to understand that it still needs to be maintained. But anyway, that was the initiative and is being presented for vote today. Yes, ma'am.
Is that applied just for the front one or is it for the front yard?
The front.
Front and back, yeah, front and back.
That is on your ballot as well, proxy form to vote for or against that proposed amendment. Okay. Yes, sir.
What about the other amendment that was on the ballot regarding the sculptures and fountains and stuff like that?
Lawn upkeep,
Was that taken off?
it's on the paper.
The only initiative was for the artificial.
Oh, okay. That's, I remember reading that there were two.
There might be elements in a particular section or clause that covers a number of items in a paragraph, but it had to at least include the artificial turf.
Okay.
So what we're basically doing is covering those sections that would apply to artificial turf.
And to your question, that was previously stated. So when you talk about the fountains, those are already in. So the only thing that's being discussed is the artificial turf. The only thing that's being changed, if it's approved, would be that. Does that make sense?
Fountain, if it's approved, well, I already have stuff on my lawn because I don't have a lawn. There was a tree on there that was so rooted that we took the tree down, and then we put the pots and stuff in the front of the house. Now, when you say the faucet, the fountains and everything, is that still on?
That was already part of the amendment priorly.
It was already included in the document. We haven't changed anything relative to that.
That's
Only
already
artificial turf.
Yeah.
If you do have items in your yard and you'd like to register them, you can, let us know after the meeting, or, cause you do have to fill out a form, if you do have a fountain in front of you.
Well, I don't have a fountain,
Okay.
but things have been stolen from the front of my house a
Okay.
few times. And I told the office here, and I haven't heard back from them, so.
All right. Any more ballots? With that said, the elections are closed. So Ron, if we want to proceed forward.
Yeah. What we have done customarily is ask for 9 volunteers who are in no way related to any portion of the election. In other words, they're not a spouse or a partner to anyone who is being considered for directorship. We get 9 folks, we break down to 3 groups, and Rob, who is our inspection supervisor, will take those folks into this room with the ballot box, open the ballot box, distribute the ballots to the groups, and they'll start to count. And it will take a little while for them to go through it, and we do a double count. There are 3 groups that do a count, and then you switch over to the other group to make a double count. So it'll take a little while to go through all of those, and so if you all can put together, Rob, maybe I'll get the paperwork stuff going, if you could please get the 9 volunteers, if you don't.
Do you have anyone interested in volunteering? So we need 9 people. 1, thank you, 2, 3, 4. Did you raise your hand?
No, I'm scratching my head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, keep an eye out.
Too late.
So,
Okay, we've got 4, we need 5 more people, please. 5, gentlemen, back, thank you. 6. Yeah, saw you. Still need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 9. Thank you. Okay. For 5, we have 6, we need 3 more. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think we need 2 more now.
Is it volunteering for what again?
To
count the
count the
votes.
ballots. It's a little boring, but that way we can ensure the accuracy of it, because we have 3 different groups. There are 8, and I think we have.
No, you're a spouse.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
He's an honest looking guy.
Someone who has an interest. Okay, 2 more. Please.
It's so funny, you know, everyone says so much and I have volunteers.
Come on, guys, two more, let's go. We're gonna need to
Thank
count
you,
this.
sir.
Okay, we got 1, we need 1 more. Let's go.
One more person? Ed, why are you volunteering?
I'm here for the show.
Like, so, you know,
I want to watch the show.
We're just gonna wait
now that we
here.
can't do more.
Thanks.
Okay, ready? One more,
I'm
please.
having too much fun
Come
here.
on. One more person. Anybody?
Thank you. Follow back around as you go, when they set up tables for you all already. To count.
Have fun.
Huh? Well, the homeowners, this is the opportunity for them to speak. We won't be answering, but they will have their opportunity to speak now. First off, Tony, before we get into members' participation, any new business?
Yes, sir. Folks, as you guys can see, our roads finally got done. Back in September the 18th, 2024, we actually reached out to the county. We made a presentation how bad our roads were. The county took note of that. They were able to turn around and basically provide them with $2.3 million to be able to have access to all the entrances, repair to all the entrances, the 3 main entrances we had. Also, for the ADA plant, we ended up doing Mill Pond 2 and also Shotberry. Those areas got completely done. On the new business right now, as we still speak right now, Belfield right now was our next project that we're actually doing. They're gonna be doing all the drain area. Those drains are very old. They are basically they got the aluminum structure on the bottom. So they're actually gonna be paying 3 items on Belfield, so those areas will actually be closed. So the county will get with us and know exactly what's gonna be the way of in and out from Belfield. So that's gonna get done. Our next thing that we're doing is, we're gonna be actually meeting with the county. In September, it's gonna be our next meeting to get our rest of the roads in Plantation. All the villages will be up for paving also, okay? That's something that thank you. It was a long journey over 38 years that we have not seen this work being done in Plantation. This administration have taken the liberal to go out there and show the need of our association for the benefit of all of us, not just one person. All of us gonna benefit from this project, okay? The values are going up, okay? The modification of the villages are looking nicer, okay? And the road is gonna give us a next step for our villages. So with that said, I am very proud to say, this administration have worked very hard for y'all. We're not perfect by no means, but we're gonna continue working out as well too. Also, Belfield, the lake wall, they've actually been done, I think it was like 15 years ago. We have engineers right now basically overseeing that project. In fact, we're gonna be meeting with them here soon. And we're gonna let them, because I know those areas in Belfield, there was a lot of corruption while they going to the lake. So that also, that with this administration is taking note, and we are working hard to make sure that all those villages will be attended the way you guys are supposed to be attended to. So this administration is working once again, working hard, and I'm proud to say that we represent this association very proudly in everything that we have done. We're not perfect, we got a long way to go, but guess what, folks? Things are getting done. Okay? Thank you.
I'm really not understanding what you said about what was being done on Belfield.
There are
Not the wall.
there are drains, there are roads,
Yeah.
They got a couple of drains area, they're actually corrupted on the bottom, they're all metal. So they're gonna be taken out and replaced with new cement, drainage. So they'll go down for another 40, 50 years after that. Right now, the ones that we have actually right now installed, they're actually all metal, they're old, and they're corrupted on the bottom. So the engineers took a look at it, and they said they gotta go before they even work about the next phase of the building, okay?
And the
So as
speed
soon as in
bumps?
September, I get some kind of a note, I will basically send out a note to all the residents, where we're looking at, I will let you guys how much money we're gonna be allocated. Like I said, it's on the budget, we're working on, it's on the budget, and you guys go also online and take, how the work, the project's getting done as well too, okay? So thank you, this administration, that we're working hard for y'all, thank you.
And the speed bumps, you can't tell they're there because
I know,
they've been painted and so people tend to go regular rate, rate of speed and then they hit it pretty hard. Is that gonna be repainted?
the speed bump you said?
The speed bump?
All that will be restructured completely brand new, just like that we have all the crosswalk what got done, all that is gonna be all new paint job. And in fact, if you guys saw that also, that you guys, people that are not aware, the speed limit went from 30 to 25 also, so be aware of that too also, okay?
Yeah, but
We
people
also
are
change
doing like
signs
crazy.
and everything as well too, okay?
Question back there?
She got a question, Sharon.
I actually want to speak regarding new business.
I'm sorry?
I want to speak regarding new business.
That is new business.
New business.
Yeah, you're gonna have an opportunity to speak.
No, this is not about us speaking as a resident. I want new business. This is a members' meeting. I can talk about new business. It's not a board meeting.
I
It's a
understand.
members' meeting.
I understand, we give you what basically has been going on, what's up there. Just give you guys an update what's going on, that's what we're doing. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just want to try to bring again. I know that the roads are paved, it's very good.
Yeah,
The speed limit is now 25, but I'm going to be honest with you, there are people that are not driving at 25.
I'm with you.
We are now in a school,
Yeah,
we have all the students waiting for the school bus in that road. I think that we need to go more ahead and put speed limit, not only speed limit. Reduction, something like prevent the people from going fast.
Now that the roads are nice and paved, it's like the Indian
Yeah.
was
yeah,
500.
you're right.
It's even
You're
better
right.
for them.
Even better.
In fact, the area is basically working out with the school also. Go ahead, address it to them, let them know what's going on.
Yes, so that will be one of my projects, any project that you tackle is not easy, you're always gonna get a no first, just getting grants or anything that involves it, so we do ask for patience, and that might be a project that we might need a vote on as well, so.
We've addressed the county
Yeah.
with speed bumps,
Yeah.
the speed signs, the nice crosswalk signs that Carrollwood Village has. We've tried for all that, and we just keep getting turned down, so all we can do is just keep trying,
We keep trying,
And can't everyone
especially by the
involve?
school
Yeah,
system,
everybody can
by the
call.
school.
Yeah.
You can report it, and the more that they get reported in certain areas, eventually they will maybe come take a look at it, but we've been trying with speeding for a long time.
Yeah, and that's something that we take note on, especially now that we have new roads. We do understand the concern of the residents. So we are continuing to work on that to possibly have a resolution. And as we get update, we can update you on it. But just letting you know, that's one of my personal projects, especially around the school area.
Yeah.
There was a kid that was hit like a couple of years ago. I don't have kids of my own, but a lot of residents, they come to me because they know their voice is being heard, and things are being done. So even though it might take, some time, a year, two, be patient. I'm working on it, and we're trying to address it, okay? We wish we had a magic wand, but, we'll see what we can do. If the city doesn't do it, we might need to do it in-house.
Purchase our own speed bumps.
Yep.
That's the next thing we gotta take. Purchase them as well, okay? Alright, thank you, go ahead.
That's in the making.
All right, at this point is now open, comments, questions, points to be raised by the membership. Per the statute, everyone will have an opportunity to speak for 3 minutes. I will say that's 3 minutes for each individual, and you cannot give your time to someone else so someone can take 6, 12, whatever. So everyone has 3 minutes to speak and will be kept track of it. So, okay. First off, I have a list of people who signed up who wish to comment. Sharon Everett, yes ma'am.
Well, the first thing, you already skipped over number 7, reports. There should be a financial report. Did anybody see it? No.
To address that, my understanding is the financial report for July has not been completed yet. And it will be 781.
So shouldn't they put the latest, which would be June? I don't know how many people get these reports in the mail or whatnot, but a financial report should be handed out at a members meeting. I mean, this is not a board meeting, this is a members meeting, that's your meeting, all of you. And I don't see where we asked the board to have this meeting for us and tell us what we can and can't do. We should be able to do members meeting stuff. So he'll probably cut me off, but
The finances should be included.
What are you guys hiding?
finances should be included. But I'll have to be brief since they'll probably cut me off since they don't think this is new business. Rules are not applied equally here. I had to come between 4 and 7 to register my proxies. But about 300 proxies for the secretary were voted before 4 o'clock.
Uh-oh. That's
The
against the
members' use
rules.
of the clubhouse says no non-members. But there's 2 companies that use the clubhouse free of charge. You have to pay to use the clubhouse. They get to use it free.
Terrible.
Giving outside companies.
Very wrong. Should we stop?
Okay,
Immediately.
Well, let me go through because they'll cut me off and then you can. Giving outside companies exclusive use of our address, our office equipment, our maintenance area, allowing outside company employees access to our office during office hours. One of those employees is being paid by the HOA to work for us. They also work for one of these outside companies. How do they divide their time? Is there record keeping dividing the time? Outside soccer league company is not required to disclose how many hundreds of players are not residents, when in September of 2010, a tennis instructor was only allowed to use the courts if he disclosed the number of residents and non-residents he was signing up. That motion was seconded by Tony and it was voted for by Tony as a board member then.
Tony Rivera?
Tony Rivera. Use of the reserve funds for operating expenses because of shortages due to attorney's fees. I see no vote by us allowing to take the money out of our reserves. I see no vote by the board voting to take money out of our reserves and put it into operating expenses. If we didn't have over $400,000 worth of attorney's fees, they would not have to take almost $400,000 out of our reserves, which are to repair, replace, and our amenities.
Doesn't that come from our monies?
It comes from our money, yes.
And wasted on frivolous lawsuits, may I add.
Yeah, use of wait,
All right.
they're gonna cut me off.
Ma'am, your time is actually 3 minutes.
No,
48
I am
seconds.
continuing because
Yeah, we're gonna allow to continue. This is a members meeting.
the members meeting, they're allowing me to continue.
We want her to continue.
Excuse me a minute.
Continue.
She's been
Ma'am,
interrupted.
please speak.
You allowed
The
other
members-
people to talk more than 1 minute about the elections.
Yeah, but
Why
none of-
can't she talk at the meeting more
Okay.
than 3 minutes?
Can I,
You're
let me,
taking
wait
her
a minute,
time,
if I may,
Let her finish.
first off, nobody talked more than 3 minutes before.
They were supposed to have 1 minute.
Second, the statutes apply to a membership meeting as they do to any meeting. And it is supposed to be 3 minutes. Now, if you all want to allow her to complete, that'll be fine, but understand, this meeting keeps going on. The idea of limiting 3 minutes or so.
being
you can tell.
interrupted, so let's give her a little more time.
Okay, and then I would ask you all,
Raise a hand, do you
well,
want me to
actually, I
continue?
would ask,
Continuing for
I will ask, she can continue, but I would ask that all of you not interrupt her as she's talking, as well as any other speaker. Don't interrupt him anymore, please.
Fair enough.
All right. Proceed forward.
The other thing is we have armchair board members. Members that call in all the time, they never show up. We have a vice president, I don't think we've seen in 2 years. April 19th meeting, there were 3 people up front. Everybody else is on the phone. If you want to be a board member, show up. Never before were board members on the phone. We have no idea if they're watching football, baseball, eating dinner, or what. They're not here. The other thing is, how about failure to notify members that the address of our bank changed? Even after they were called and said that payments weren't received, and I asked, well, why weren't we notified? Well, they don't have everybody's address. They have no way of notifying all of us that the address to the bank is changed. So I had to stop payment on my payment, get my bank to replace it, and in the meantime, they cashed the payment like 3 weeks late. And so I was prepaid before they got the stop payment. Fortunately, my bank didn't charge me for a stop payment, but if most of you know, you have to pay for a stop payment at your bank. So why should we be penalized with making a stop payment when all they had to do was send out a letter, send out an email, anything to tell us the new address for the bank is such and such. And even after me calling, they never sent out an email, they never sent out a letter. So, you know, everything is on us. It's up to us to do things. They complain because we talk on Nextdoor. Well, the only reason we talk on Nextdoor is because they don't tell us anything. I posted on Nextdoor that the bank address was changed. I don't know how many of you saw it there, but otherwise, how many people would have known that the bank address was changed?
Ma'am, we're up at 6 minutes now, thank you.
I am done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny.
Next, I believe, is John, and I apologize, I can't read your last name.
Altman?
John?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Again, it is 3 minutes per statute. So let's be economical with what we're gonna say.
Okay, we're try and keep this short and to the point. I'm still calling for Brandy's resignation.
Why?
It doesn't matter, Dad, I don't get 2 shits.
Okay, that's okay. Go ahead.
Why?
Just no one's interrupting anybody. He talks, and he asks afterwards, and I'm not counting that against you. But just please say what you want to say. Please don't interrupt.
Okay, the board still has not removed Lee Lugo from her seat. She's been out for 4 or 5 meetings in a row. Statutes are very clear. It says the board shall. Doesn't say they may take a vote, they may wish or whatever. It says they shall remove that person. She is still on the board. She needs to come off. That needs to be a board decision to do that, a board action to do that. For several years, a lot of the residents of Plantation have complained to the board about parking situation at soccer game time on Saturdays. During one of the meetings in the first half of this year, it was brought up that when Courtesy Patrol told people that they could not park their cars where they did, they were laughed out and ignored. What has the board done to support its residents? Absolutely nothing. The parking issues are never addressed by the board. The issue of Courtesy Patrol being ignored was never brought up by the board. The fact that several of the board members have conflicts of interest with the PYSL is never brought up. And that is required under the state statutes in a couple of places. It doesn't need to be this way. Soccer provides benefits to many families throughout Plantation, and it can be again if they just follow the rules, providing a reasonable balance. but it is clear from the board's actions or lack of actions that it is unfortunately not going to happen. I'm hoping to fix that tonight without any action from the board. I'm hoping the members present tonight will do it for you. I therefore make the members' motion as follows. Pursuant to Chapter 720.3303 and numerous conflicts of interest, the members present hereby cancel all contracts between Plantation Homeowners, Inc. and the Plantation Youth Soccer League, its successors, and its signs effective November 30th, 2025. Do I have a second?
A second.
Can I have a hand vote of people that want to terminate the contract?
Okay, let me suggest before you can do that, it must be noticed, it must be an agenda item. It cannot be raised by the floor without proper notice for a membership meeting. Excuse me, sir, it is
I read the statutes. I understand you're an attorney.
Good, I'm certified in the statutes.
You've lost a bunch of cases. You better be careful here, Dan. You better be very careful.
Anybody opposed to that, raise your hand. Nobody's opposed. Great. So the contract should be canceled effective November 30th, and I hope the board does that, because I will make sure that they do. I will contact my attorney.
All right, next, Rosemary.
Idiots.
Hi, my name is Rosemary Dubb. I've lived here just about 30+ years. And first of all, I'd like to start by saying I really appreciate all the work our grounds crew are doing for our community, especially during the sweltering weather. But for some reason, and Ron, you know this because I've emailed, I've called, the entranceway to Brook Green 2 gets neglected. The last time this happened was about 2 months ago. The weeds are like this high. I mean, it's disgusting. And I had to call at least 5 times. And then finally, a couple weeks later, it got done. So, I mean, I don't know why I have to keep calling to get this done. The entranceway to Brook Green 2. Any what, answers? Or are we not doing answers? No answers?
They're taking it
Just
all
take
in
it.
consideration.
Oh, okay, so I'd like to find out why it gets neglected. Victoria, you live there, do you see it?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
This, I know, and I have to keep
But I don't-
calling and
I don't work
calling.
here.
Sorry?
I don't work for the groundskeeper.
Right, exactly. Anyway, so about the only 2 amenities my husband and I use regularly are the pools and the pathways, both of which I am seeing deteriorating daily. As far as the pools go, the last couple days, the pavers are breaking, the coping around the pool is breaking, and I've been stepping on rocks in the pool to the point where I'm like, ow, ow, there's rocks. On the steps of the pool, there's a pile of rocks. It's been there for like days. I don't know why. So anyway, the pools are deteriorating, the shower areas are disgusting, the furniture is moldy, and there's ants everywhere. And I would like to know how often the pool is vacuumed, because the last couple days I was there, I had to get the net and do it myself, and what I got in the bottom of that pool, it was totally disgusting. And I would think that after a long weekend, especially Monday morning, that pool should be vacuumed. And another thing I've noticed are the walkways. They are getting so bad. I've never seen them this bad. Cracks, uneven sidewalks, unevenness. And we walked over here tonight, there's more grass growing on these trails than the tar. It's getting ridiculous. If you just look from here to Bramble Brush, there's more grass than pavement. And I don't know, why this isn't being maintained, and what plans are there to take care of these conditions that, really need addressed in our community, rather than spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on frivolous lawsuits. And I'm not real proud to see on the TV what I'm seeing these days. It's not, I used to be proud to live here, but when you've got your friends and everybody, the dumbest HOA in Florida, come on. I'm not proud of that, and I would hope that none of you are either. And shame on whoever.
That's you two.
Okay, let
That's
me just
you
tell
two.
you, wait, could I just say one more thing, please? Okay, if somebody were to sue me, Priscilla, no, Deria, if you were to sue me, okay, and I lost, I'd count my losses and be done with that. But from what I understand, we're going back and back and back, wasting all our money when we need, Georgia just told me she was
Ma'am,
at.
your time.
Okay, she was at the other pool and there's cracks in the small pool. This place is deteriorating and we need to take action to make it look beautiful again. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Val Lewis.
She mentioned everything that I wanted to say.
Okay. Thank you.
Except for the bathrooms. The bathrooms are horrible. They look like derelicts living there.
Okay.
The bathrooms.
Happens.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Amanda, is it Paulina? Amanda or Mary?
She might be counting.
No. Okay. Mr. Cronin.
Oh, the turf, yeah.
Okay, well, we can let her go next.
She probably won't ask, she probably just wants to know where we stand.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
All right, Mr. Cronin, go ahead.
Good evening. My name's Ed Cronin, and in case you guys haven't seen the news, I can hand it out to you. I've got all the news items for you. I'm the homeowner that this HOA, with this attorney and this HOA president, has been unsuccessfully trying to sue ever since I submitted my name to be a nominee on this board. They've lost multiple times in a row. They've spent $240,000 of your money, because they don't want me to run for board or to speak out at meetings. They tried on Monday to prevent me from coming to this meeting. So that's what they're doing. That's why our HOA has been labeled the dumbest HOA in Florida. That is a very high bar, and yet they've managed to go over it. The dumbest HOA, is that what we want our neighborhood to be known as?
No.
Is that what we want our community to be known for? That we're the dumbest HOA whose president and attorney take vindictive lawsuits that have absolutely no basis in fact or law just to make life miserable for somebody who speaks up at board meetings? Is that what we want? I think it's time for us to go ahead and ask Tony, you've done some good things in this community. You brought soccer to the community. You've since abused it, unfortunately. You helped get the streets paved. Take this time to step back. It's obviously causing great stress on you and your family. I've seen the reports. I think it's time to say, hey, you know what? Been there, done that, been there for 14 years, made sure nobody else can ever possibly get on the board other than me and my friends. Time to ride out in the sunset and say, thank everybody for the time served, but now it's time for me to step back and stop dragging this on. And you, the rest of you board members, this is your reputation now. Do you want to be forever associated as the board that did absolutely nothing? An ostrich that stuck its head in the sand, ignoring the problems? The evil queen that saw the mirror, didn't like the news, and got mad at the mirror? Or do you want to do what's necessary to fix the problems in this community and ask Mr. Rivera to resign so that we can stop this bleeding of HOA assets on baseless lawsuits, which have cost the community $460,000? And increasing.
That's ridiculous. You all should be thrown out today.
Absolutely. If anybody wants to entertain a motion to end Mr. Pilka's contract, it can't be me, because I'm in litigation against him. But if anybody else wants to, I'll certainly be among it. So, and by the way, speaking of motions, there's absolutely no restriction in Robert's Rules of Orders or the statutes in terms of members' motions being made at a members' meeting. Mr. Pilka has again provided improper, illegal advice, trying to interfere with the members' meeting, and I would encourage everybody to look it up and make sure we hold him accountable so he doesn't keep doing this to our community.
Terrible.
Yeah.
We'd like all new representation.
You wanna make a motion?
If you want to do that, you have to file a petition, and I know Mr. Cronin is familiar with it. Signed by 50% of the homeowners.
That's a recall. That's not a members' motion. You're citing the wrong statute,
No,
Mr. Pilka.
excuse me. To get a board recalled, you must follow the statute. That is, to have it removed.
This wasn't a
you have to
recall. It was a contract cancellation. There's chapter 720.3033.
I have no conflict, so that my contract doesn't fall under that statute dealing with conflicts.
I was talking about John's motion that you tried to cancel because you said you have to have advance
It does have
notice.
to be raised by an agenda. It also requires a 10% of the membership to move to cancel the contract.
That's not what it says in the statute.
It is exactly what it says
It does
in the
not.
statute.
The membership present is all it says.
Time is up.
I'll read it to you if you want.
Question. For this frivolous lawsuit that he's talking about, didn't this lawsuit get started because he turned
Yep.
in a ballot that was signed?
Are you asking
that
Mr.
was
Pilka to come in
signed
litigation
by
he's involved in?
somebody
Mr.
that
Pilka, can you
passed
excuse
away?
yourself in the room, please?
No, because actually, my record says,
Wait,
public,
wait,
wait a minute.
So-
I'm gonna respond, just
That's
briefly.
what I thought.
Ms. Carter, okay, Tony, let me finish.
No, go ahead, finish.
Okay, just for the record, some of those legal fees and costs were the result of the prior arbitration where the elections back in 1999 were not done properly. That's what when the courts upheld that, that's where the lion's share of the costs were from that lawsuit. And the association admitted after the courts and the appellate court said it was wrong, it was wrong. I was hired in 2000 to make sure the elections have run properly since 2000. And despite challenges, no challenge to the election since 2000 have been upheld by the DBPR or any court of law. But what did occur in the 2000 election is Mr. Cronin submitted 4 forged proxies.
2000, wait, wrong year, and you signed the wrong litigation.
Okay.
260,000 are your fees, not from the one in
Actually, I
2019.
do not have 260,000 fees.
I will show you the invoices that show
I'm happy to
the
show you. I
fees
can tell you.
charged between you and Mr. Trisha. And if you guys had the
Wait,
facts and the
excuse me.
law on
Wait a
your
minute.
side, how come you lost? How come you lost? You had the facts and the law on your side.
Okay.
How come you lost again and again and
First
again?
off,
And
first off,
again.
Can you let me, you asked the question I want to answer if you
Yeah.
let me.
How can you keep losing if you have the
Okay,
facts and law on your
you
side?
Let me answer the question. The
She
case
raised
is
the
still
question.
pending, But I'm just letting you know, for the record, that last lawsuit was filed because Mr. Cronin
Thank you.
submitted 4 forged, and we have an expert
Dirty,
who said.
liar.
Okay, don't go there.
You're the dirty liar. You're the one who spent $260,000 believing Mr. Pilka's lies.
Okay.
You thought he was going to win, and he lost.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say this is what we're doing.
Okay, we're done with any other homeowners wish to speak who haven't been put on the list.
Read the news, everybody. I'll show it to you.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Ma'am, can you state your name? You got-
What is your name, ma'am?
There you go. Here's the news for anybody who wants to read it.
We already got it.
You guys want to read the news?
Okay.
John. John.
All right, Ms. Allen, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Can you speak up a little bit, please? Good evening, everyone.
Hey.
All right, so I live in Plantation already for, this is gonna be.
Maybe if you stand right here.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Does she have to be at the podium?
No.
Okay. Maybe if you stand
Is
in
it
front.
better now?
Yeah.
There you go. So I've been living in Plantation for over 15 years now. And to be honest, it's just recently, the last couple of years, 5 years maybe, that I've been a little more involved into the meetings, the association meetings, so homeowners association. And I always notice that there's something going on with this group against the president and vice versa. I really do not understand what's going on, because you talk one thing and he says another thing. But what happens is, in the middle of whatever issue these groups have, the rest of are involved, and the money that we pay is being expended and ridiculous. I was amazed when I hear from Mr. Tony that it is over $360,000 that it should be put in our community. But no, we are being neglected because whatever issue that this group is having. Come on, we need to do something about it. Are we happy that our money is going into the court system or attorneys or whatever? I'm not happy with that.
No.
When, like the lady over there says, the pools are going bad, the roads or the sidewalks are. I used to walk a lot, but now it is like a dangerous thing to do because it is impossible. Otherwise you can run. And so on and so forth. Now, I like when Mr. Johns, he say, parking solution is not offered. And I see in his house, because he lives, I believe, in Del Mar Circle, his house is on a corner, and for some reason, I don't know why people likes to park in that corner, and when people is going to church, they go speeding, like a 40 in a corner, and it's like, come on, we are adults. Why we don't put a little sense and just like go in a minimum or regular speed 25, 20? Why we have to run when kids could be crossing or old people? Like, come on, do we need to be enforced by the police? Like, do we need to do that? Get that? Like, tickets, speeding tickets. Like, come on, we are adults, we don't need that. We need solutions and be conscious. I mean, come on. We are abusing the privilege of driving and speeding, and the next thing is craziness and bad accident, a kid be, I don't know, run over, whatever. So I would like to please make a solution with whatever issue you two groups have and work in our community, because that's what we need. We need people who really wants to work in our community, put the funds to work in our community so we can enjoy our community. Please. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Georgia. I just want to bring up, there's a lot of bees at the pool. I don't know if we can do anything about it, but I go with my family a lot.
Bees?
Bees, yeah. And then I know there's contention around parking lots with the parks and stuff. I don't care how it gets done, but my mom's disabled and it makes it hard bringing my nephew there with her and my nephew who's also disabled. I just think a solution where our parks could be more inclusive and like the trick or treat could be more inclusive would be important. Sorry.
What do you mean, like, to be easier to access?
Easier to access.
Have you gotten a handicap sticker or asked him maybe so you can park by the pool to be able to access?
Yeah, but then during events like that, it's harder to do. So.
That's an issue, and I appreciate that. That's something to be looked at.
Thank you for your feedback.
I just have one question.
Can you have your name, please?
I'm sorry?
Your name, please.
My name is Belinda Martin, and I've been out here for about 44 years now. But just one question that has come up many, many times. Why don't we have a microphone when we have these meetings? Because we do have hearing impaired people.
Yeah.
That attend these meetings.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
You don't know where it is.
We will make sure.
I'm sorry, I'm one of them.
Okay, for the board meetings, for the membership portion and here, we'll make sure that that the association has out the mouth for future.
Is that in writing? I know it's recorded, but is it in writing?
I've taken people.
We've been told this every
Follow
single
up.
year.
Okay, this is about the 10th time this question has arisen. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to speak? Yes, sir. State your name, please.
Mike Montes. I'd have to, I'll stand over there. Hopefully I'll be loud enough. I'd have to agree with what she was saying. This has become a personal
Yes.
vendetta kind of thing going on.
Something like
We're wasting way too much time on it.
And money.
And it shouldn't be that, because if you watch this meeting like I was watching, they're just staring at each other. And it's just, that's not what we're here for.
No.
Right? This is supposed to be, I mean, years ago, I've been here 34, going on 35 years. My kids did soccer here. It's a good thing, the soccer thing, but we should be gaining something from them using our property. Right? It's something, if they're taking in what it said, $116,000 in fees, something of that should go to the HOA.
$10,000.
Every year.
10.
That's not what your IRS form said.
$116,000.
We need our financials to see proof that.
Look at everything else.
Look at the financials.
So is it true that it's 116?
But the expense, if they showed all the expenses and everything that comes out of that.
Right.
So it's not a profit of 1 cent.
I didn't say it was a fraud.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm saying that if they're if they're taking in $116,000, right, they're not?
No, it was 110.
Okay, so 110. So we get $10,000 to do something with, and it's been going on for 34 years, okay? So $10,000 a year can do what here? There's gotta be more.
Probably maintain
there's-
field for you, that's about it.
Yeah, if you're lucky, right? And you gotta understand, we're paying the dues for those fields, right, okay. You're paying the dues and we can't use them on Saturdays, right? Not that I'm gonna go run out and play soccer, but what I'm saying is, it's a luxury that the soccer, it used to be just the people in Plantation. We've opened it up to the world, right? So now everybody comes and does it here. I don't think it's a bad thing, keep the kids off the street, great. That's a great thing, but there should be more benefit for us. If we're gonna allow them to use the property, there should be more benefit for us. That's all.
If my fee went up 5%, why does the soccer contribution go up 5%?
Or more.
I don't know the solution to it. I'm not, I don't know. I'm just thinking that there's gotta be some.
How much would it cost to rent that field down the street?
Right.
That's all, that's a simple question.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the going rate?
And the thing is, I mean, everybody, most of the coaches and stuff like that are, I believe, are all volunteer, no?
Everybody.
Okay, so nobody's being
So it's a
paid,
for-profit
so what
thing?
is the expense?
Volunteer.
What's the $100,000 going to?
Right.
What is that,
Uniform.
what is that paying for? Uniforms? You know what I mean? Cause I think the people's kids have to pay for the uniforms. I don't think the association pays for the uniforms, right? So, if there's $100,000 sitting
No,
there,
the uniform's included in the cost of, like, if my kids.
if I sign up for $140, I get a uniform.
Yes.
Okay, so they're paying
Yeah,
for
so
it.
does their
They could give the
trophies.
association
So does
half
their
the
meals.
money.
Okay, so,
Right?
so
Give
they're
them
paying,
50,000
so
to the
it's
association.
included, so I'm just thinking, there's gotta be wiggle room in there somewhere. There's gotta be money that can go to fixing the sidewalks, think about it, for 34 years,
Absolutely.
there's gotta be.
There is.
There's a solution to this, it's not a battle.
Sir, your time's up.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Very good.
Hi, I'd like to know why all this money was spent on the signs for our community that says Residence Park, Residence Trail. However, nothing is being done to enforce this being for the residents, since our community has been turned into a city park that the entire community of Tampa uses. I'd really like an answer to that, why that isn't enforced. Why can't people be stopped and, do you live here, do you live here? Maybe that could be one of the jobs of courtesy patrol. But why do we have the signs that say Residence Park, Residence Trail, when the whole city uses them?
All right, anyone else have anything they would like to add? Yes, ma'am.
I would like to speak on that, non-residents.
Could you please stand up and?
So I live in Chadbourne, but not, a lot of non-residents come from Limeball, wherever, fish. We have, Bonnie, Frere. We have signs that are posted, but non-residents come in. I called security this weekend. Juan told me, I said they are casting a net, which they're not supposed to.
Correct.
Casting a net, and they're keeping the bass they're catching. It is catch and release. He told me he was going to see if they have a fishing license. I said that doesn't matter. They're not supposed to keep them. And there are signs that say no post, no fishing by Canelo.
Right.
But that takes away from the wildlife that we have here. And it's in my backyard. I asked to confront it. I don't know if he did. But that's not the first time I've brought this up. So it's shameful to see. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
The question never got answered.
Please stand up.
Yeah.
State your name.
So I'm Larry Roop. I live in Opontu. I just wanted to follow up on the question of like, why isn't our residence park or residence only enforced? Like that just wasn't answered.
Yeah, that would be an issue that right now that they will look at.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, but when.
Statements that get made will be made by the board, and what they're doing is they're taking what everyone says,
But when
and
is
they
it?
are going to look at it, and then they will comment as a group, because it's an HOA board, it's not an
Right, but
individual.
you guys just had a whole discussion, you guys were just fighting about the lawsuit thing, you guys spoke about that, but you won't speak about our safety and our community.
No, that's not,
That's
I
absurd.
spoke on the lawsuit because some things were said that I did not believe were accurate, so I
Yeah,
want to correct it.
you spoke out when you, or now can't
But
speak out,
now,
what's the difference?
because what you're asking about now is how the board will address the issue. And
I'll
the
speak on
board,
it a little bit because I am not against limiting the amount of people that come in. We have not found a way to keep it just Plantation. So I hear you, that's why, you know, suggestions with maybe adding a wall to certain areas to help slow the flow down because it is a lot of people. I don't know who we could realistically say check every ID.
No, why not?
We can't do that.
You can't.
Our courtesy patrol
That's
is,
the
they don't need
You
to
have
do
to
that,
face
and
it.
who's to say that's their
You have to
ID?
face this whole
Like,
thing.
so it's, right, so I think that the response I'm comfortable giving is, yes, it's an issue, yes, it's noticed, and I think we can work on ways to help slow it down. I don't think we will ever prevent it, just like we were never gonna stop speeding, but we can certainly try to find ways to slow it down because it is, I notice it. So we can try to find resolutions to
Can I
help.
ask you something?
Does not mean we're going to solve it.
Thank you, Fran.
Can I ask you something? My name's Georgia Tote. I never go to the big pool anymore. I haven't been there in over 20 years because every time I went there were people there, teenagers and kids that were obnoxious, acting crazy over there. I don't want that. I only go to the little pool. Now, when I go to the little pool, every time I go there, and I'm not offended by this, I'm glad they do it, there's someone there who wants to know what my key number is and what my name is. Is that not going on at the big
It is.
pool?
And you guys can call courtesy patrol just like I have when I've
But my
gone there
question
and
is
see
that not going on at the big pool?
Absolutely is.
So how are all those
But
kids
we don't
getting
have
in there?
somebody there 24/7.
It's only during summertime.
We have a pool attendant there in the summer,
Uh-huh.
and they can have a key. They're showing a key. I mean, I'm there, and these people don't know that I'm on the board, but you bet if there's an issue, I have called, just like you guys can call. I have called when I see open bottles. I have called when all I hear is derogatory music, and courtesy shows up. So you guys can all do that as well, and we can just address those issues to try to, you know, just spread the word, you know, bottles aren't allowed. So little by little, you know, we can all make efforts to do that. We are not going to resolve every issue ever.
Because I don't ever see these kind of issues at the little pool.
No, it's a smaller pool, but I have seen those issues times 10 at the small pool when I've been there, where I stopped going to the small pool and gone
I
to
have
the bigger.
never seen that, and that's
So-
the only pool I go to.
Right, so I've seen it on both, but I encourage you guys to do, and I'm a board member, and if there's something, you break a piece of glass, we have to empty that entire pool. So do you think I'm gonna sit there and watch people drink out of bottles by the pool? There's a sign right there. So all we can do is try, and it takes the community to do it. You guys gotta work together a little bit to continue to try to make it better. We are not resolving the speeding issues. You guys can help resolve, help report, help give suggestions. Are we gonna make it happen overnight? No, but we can try.
You called District 1.
So,
Three,
we gotta
sorry.
work together as a community, not against each other.
Did they downsize the courtesy patrol? Cause I never see them anymore, and I used to see them all the time. I barely see them.
I see them driving by my house all the time and others.
And I mean, if there is someone fishing there, I fish all the time. I love fishing, right? And I'm all for taking care of the lakes and stuff like that. And they'll come and ask me for if I live there and proof. If they're not gonna enforce it, then what good is it?
But also keep in mind, they're not cops, so they can go address it.
Right.
And you're gonna do what you want anyway, right?
Well, no.
Or are they supposed to put themselves in harm's way and just go at it?
No,
with
I'm
people
not
at
asking them
it?
to put
So
themselves in
that's
harm's way.
something
But there's a way
always
to
keep
get
in
people
mind
to
with
leave.
courtesy
There's
patrol.
a-
They're not law enforcement.
Right, but they, so then, I mean, So do they not approach them at all?
They
Because-
absolutely do. They absolutely do. I've had people, you know, out there with their dogs off their leashes. They address the issue, but guess
Right.
what? They walk a few feet over, dogs off the leash again. So
Sure.
they can try.
Right, I get
And
it.
I think they do a great job. I mean, we've definitely come a long way.
Yeah.
But just not, we're not gonna resolve all issues, but we're gonna try. And I hope you guys can keep that in mind.
I mean, there was a year we used to have to come and get a license as a resident to fish in these lakes.
So we have the clarification on that. What do we have to have for Plantation for fishing?
Absolutely nothing. If you live here, you don't have to have a license to
Okay.
fish in these lakes.
So,
You don't have to. If you live on the property, yeah, but if you live on the property, you don't have to have a Florida fishing license to fish here. I mean, you can get a free,
but it's not Florida wildlife.
no,
No,
they
for-
can't.
For law, by law, you need to have a license to fish.
Not,
By law.
not here. Not here, private property you don't. Private property, you can go get a free license for Florida with your driver's license to fish, but you don't have to have a freshwater fishing
So
license
it's
to
a
fish
private
it.
area,
Right.
those guys don't need to be here.
Correct.
Fence it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Stephanie, you said this, like, I'm thinking about the basketball area. We opened that, right? Not yet. Okay, so we talked about asking people for their ID, but technically by law, we're not allowed to,
I mean, you can ask anybody for
if they
anything,
give it to you.
but you just, like say for us, for instance, we can't just, this is a Nazi America, you know? what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
this, you can't just, hey, this is your ID.
Right.
You will feel uncomfortable if we were to do that. And I'm sure that they will feel uncomfortable if you do that. But if your area is open up so the public can walk through it,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to enforce.
Sure.
It's gonna be extremely hard.
Not that
So
will
if
we
you
be
gate this
open?
community, that would make a big difference because, you know, people coming in and out, you're gonna kind of have more control over that. But if anyone can just walk through here, like I'm going from the Circle K right straight through here,
Sure.
I can walk right through. Who's gonna, hey, you live here? I mean, that's.
No.
You can't. I mean, you can. Hey, do you live here? And they can do that, you know, and just keep going.
My name is Lucena, I live in 5123 Springfield Drive. I just wanna ask you one question. What happened with the regulations and the rules for this community? Everybody does whatever they want here, nobody say anything. You know, I call you several times to show you all the things that people do, and then later on, nobody say anything. You guys make me hear what I wanna hear, and that's it. We stop in there. So what happened with, I lived here 25 years. Before this community was a lot better. When we used to do things that we are not supposed to do, nicely and friendly, they used to come and let us know that we cannot do that, or they're gonna find us. Yes?
Yes.
Everybody used to keep the area clean. People now keep
No,
their
now
garbage
it's
and their
cans.
trash outside. Nobody say anything. I call many times for them, nobody does anything. Nobody say anything. So it's not fair for the ones we wanna keep our house
That's
and
why
our
we
area
moved
nice.
to a deed
For the
restricted.
other ones don't keep it and nobody say anything. They fix car outside.
Oh,
I
yes,
know
they're getting complaints
before you
like
cannot
others
fix
now.
your car outside. They change oil, they do whatever they want. And when I called one day, the people from security, they asked me, do you approach them? I don't wanna approach them. I don't wanna
I
approach
have
them.
the same issue with my
Okay.
neighbors. I take pictures, I send it just like y'all do to the HOA.
Yeah,
I
and
have
now
a card shop
everybody-
essentially next to my house by.
And now everybody leaves their garbage cans and the big things, garbage, and they recycle outside. That's it. So it looks like trash, this whole neighborhood. I'm sorry, with all my respect, I don't mean to offend to nobody. But this is ridiculous. Because everybody does whatever they want and nobody's doing anything. That's it.
I have a question.
Before we continue, I do want to mention that we do have a code enforcer. So if you do send that information to Antonio, he does check it out for you.
He came to my house and look all the issues I have.
Okay.
How much more I have to do.
So
what do you mean
keep
is
in
that-
mind, there is also a process. When you give a person a notice, let's say they didn't cut their grass, they have enough, like, they get a notice that says you have 30 days to complete this,
I'm
or,
not talking about the grass, I'm talking big issues, and he knows.
yeah, it's a process.
How long is the process years?
It depends. So
I
if
need
you
to know
get
if they
warnings.
even go and knock the door to the neighbor who lives there renting and tell him, hey, all the cables you have on top of that is gonna cause a big fire, which is gonna make your house, and it's not your house to get lost, in my house. Nobody does anything. That is still there. It doesn't take too much for they to go knock the door and say, listen, you have to be cleaning that. That's biohazard. Nobody does anything.
If they're renting, find out who the owner is, that's what I
Well,
do with
I
mine.
talked to
contact
Tony,
the
I
owner.
talked to Tony.
That's all the house.
And there is
Sold
warning,
out.
so
All
once.
these bunch of wires, the double deal. They got new owners right now.
Let me suggest one thing too. To enforce the rules and the regulations, candidly, one thing the board has to consider is, under your declarations, the mechanism for cleaning it is litigation. Fixing it. It's going to pre-suit mediation and then trial and litigation. And that's what I've heard a lot of people say we've done before, and that's what the board is doing, and that's what's happened before. One of those enforcement issues was in that article prominently posted, where the association was doing nothing other than enforcing rules and regulations. And, you know, it's kind of like, you have to understand why they enforce the rules. It does cost money, it is an effort, and with the benefit of 20/20 hindsight, you may look at it another way, but what you're saying would require an attorney to get involved.
Yeah, if they don't take any action.
So much work has to tell somebody if these cables
They have sent warning letters. They have sent warning letters.
Let's let her, she's been patiently waiting, let's let her. She's been very patient.
Any other questions?
Okay, I live here for, I'm Julie, Grove Point Drive. I have 5 kids, lived here for, 15 years? My kids have grown up here. My kids are very sports oriented. They like to go out in the field, and ever since the basketball situation that happened, I don't know, a year ago or 2 years ago, I don't let them go by themselves. Do we know when that will open up again? And
We're just waiting on the cameras.
It's installed right now.
that's what I was gonna bring up. Is it a possibility to get cameras at the
Yeah, they're being
pool,
installed.
at the pool,
Yeah.
at the basketball hoop, at the playground?
Surrounding area.
Because I've taken my kids to the playground, like I stopped going because there was teenagers hanging out, you know, and I don't know what they're doing, and I'm like, let's just come back when they're not there, cause I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's not just about the basketball courts, it's about the area.
I think they're
Didn't
less
we
likely
used to have
come in
cameras
front.
years
If there's
ago?
a camera, you know, they see the camera, they're like, I can't do it, 'cause
Yeah,
I'm on
it'll be,
surveillance.
so they'll be surrounding, but they're also gonna be able to see the pool, so they can turn and see, so I think there's total of 8. I don't have the exact layout, I know he sent it, but it'll be surrounding the basketball courts, near the pool area, and the tennis courts, so they should be visible of the parks.
Is someone gonna monitor those cameras?
Security.
24/7?
What's the
We'll-
timeline
we'll
for
do
that?
it. They should be done, I'm hoping this week, the cameras, I think,
The security
should be
guard.
hopefully this week, from what
You
I'm
guys
told.
need to broadcast that this
We
week.
talked about it at the last meeting, and we let them know once the camera's installed, then we would be open to opening the park back up. Or the,
Can I ask why the cameras were removed before? Because there used to be cameras out there. Why were the didn't we used to have
Because
cameras
they have
out there
cameras,
by the
it
pool,
was-
the basketball court?
Because they were actually costing us $25,000 a year on the contract they actually put together. Now cameras are cheaper, so we're able to do it now.
Well, and the times ago, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
now
right. It
you
was a
have
contract of
solar.
$25,000 a year.
Way.
Even if you have a fake one, that can deter
Exactly.
someone from,
Exactly.
oh, I might get caught doing something wrong,
Right.
I'm not gonna, even if it's a dummy camera.
It's the hopes, we're trying to make efforts.
So if we're trying to support the courtesy patrol, can we give them the authority back to start enforcing the parking agreement signed between the soccer league and the HOA? I mean, that'd be something, instead of having people walk and laugh. They've never tried,
They
I
get
asked for
pushed
records, they've
back.
never ever
I've seen them
tried.
out there, they try, they can't physically tow the car themselves.
Yeah, but it's like.
They can take the license plate.
They're
Damn.
one person, they've called the cops, they've done it.
They've laughed at the residents when we tell them, you know.
Yeah, they
The
get
agreement says if you court them
harassed,
twice to get kicked out of the soccer
essentially.
league,
You know,
that's the
they
agreement
try.
says. But the agreement says if they park there more than twice, they get kicked out of the soccer league. That's the enforcement mechanism. Not towing, not the police. The enforcement mechanism is there. All we have to do is have our courtesy patrol enforce it, and the problem would be solved. We don't have this parking problem, instead of them being laughed at and ignored.
Well, you
All I
can
can say is they
resolve also.
try.
They haven't. I've asked the records, they haven't. I can tell you, I've asked the records, they have not tried.
Cruise control is out there, they do try.
Give the authorization to call a town company.
They do, but the tow companies come by the time the car's gone. You know?
What, you mean if they're blocking the
They can
driveway?
call, they can call if they are not
Where?
blocking a driveway
driveway.
or
Yeah,
someone's property, they can. And they have, but who's to say
But
that
if it's
there?
just parked on the county road, then.
No, it's fine, yeah, but they enforce what they can enforce, and I will say courtesy patrol tries. Again, it's not something that's ever gonna be resolved completely. That's why we can try and make efforts in other areas to help.
Can I suggest something to you all? This happens in a lot of communities. Call it a homeowner association, call it a property owners association. It's a neighborhood association. And I think you members, all homeowners, take responsibility for enforcing rules and regulations too. So sitting here and saying, board, you take care of enforcing the rules, when we have 1,700 members, homes, and we have people coming from outside, it's your responsibility, why aren't you doing it? Candidly, you need to look at yourselves too, and when you see a violation, as much as you want your board members or the security people to go and ask somebody, hey, are you supposed to be here? You have that same right, that same obligation to try to keep your neighborhood as nice as possible. So when you look to the board, I would just suggest that all homeowners and all associations should work together, and that is together, to enforce rules and regulations. Don't get offensive, don't try to do things that law enforcement should be doing, but you see a violation, if it's somebody fishing, saying, hey, do you live here? You know, you're not supposed to be using it, address it with them instead of trying to get.
But you do realize that doesn't work.
I understand that, but you understand when you're complaining to the board, why aren't you doing it?
Because my neighbor who goes to the large pool all the time because she goes swimming there, she's confronted those teenagers that are horse playing over there. She's asked them nicely to stay at the other side of the pool so she can do her swimming laps, and they're rude, they're nasty to her, but she's tried.
The question there is like, do any of you know those teenagers' parents?
Yeah, should they go with a parent? What's the age limit?
Well, that's another issue, but I mean, but that's just, my point though is simply, it is a neighborhood, it is a community association, and everything you ask the board to do is something, quite frankly, you could all help in enforcing doing it as well.
May I ask you, I have a suggestion.
Are you?
The soccer parking in Carrollwood, for example.
No.
I live here.
You're not a homeowner, sorry.
Oh, I cannot ask, I'm gonna tell her she'll ask for me. I live with my homeowner over
Is there
there.
any more owners who have questions? Yes, ma'am, you haven't spoken yet. Can you say your name, please?
I'm not prepared to talk. This is all new to me.
Okay.
I'm Margaret Cooper, and I live on Belfield. I don't live there, my sister does. But, I've been here 40 years, and I've seen the changes.
Thank you.
What you were all saying is unbelievable, especially you. Now, the only way I
I've been
look at
sued.
it,
That's the
because
reason I'm taking it personal.
Somewhat of a bookkeeper, retired, is that, do you have financials, monthly financials, that you email to your members? No. Every
Nope.
month. I live in another association. We have our financials coming out, but just let me finish.
Well, if you're not a homeowner,
Once a month.
if you're not a homeowner, you can.
I know, but my sister lives there.
No, no.
She
You
gets,
gotta be
I
home-
get.
I'm sorry.
Thank
You
you.
all get financials monthly?
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have to request them and set up an appointment to go look at them.
Thank you. Ma'am,
Ma'am, ma'am, it's a homeowners meeting.
Homeowners only.
Homeowners meeting.
No.
In this community?
No.
I am.
In this
I'm
community?
the owner of that house for 40 years.
Okay.
You're
Okay? I watched.
You said that was your
I
sister?
watched Belfield Village being built. So I think I have, do you mind if I speak?
Well, are you- What's that?
So what I want to say is,
homeowner.
Part of this problem
I don't think
is
she
our
is. If
fault.
she's not a homeowner, she can't.
Because you don't get, and you don't know to ask, that part of the process in a large association like this, we could say 1,700 homes.
1,800, 832.
Before we continue, ma'am, right here, they want to clarify if you are the owner or your sister is the owner of the home.
I'm the owner.
Okay.
If you want proof, I brought my,
No, I just wanted
my
to
deed,
clarification.
just in case something is,
Okay.
okay?
It's okay.
I know how these things work.
Okay.
I don't like them.
Thank you for clarifying.
Anyway, it begins with the budget. When we're presented a budget, I think we're presented a budget, I can't remember right now. Two places. You have to look at it. They summarize, a lot of items are summarized. That budget has to be broken down. And so if you have something like for, pool service or park service, every item has to be broken down. So you can stop saying to them that I didn't give you permission to do this. They have to tell you somewhat in their mind that this is what they need to do. There's things that you say that are not going to happen, like, keeping, the park and the pool, it's gotta be our part. Certainly 2 officers are not gonna be able to do all the things that we ourselves see and call them and expect them to come in. It's not gonna happen. And you can argue all you want, unless it's in the budget to increase the employees. The employees, you pay the employees, you got 2 here, 2 over there, 2 over there, 2 over there, and you pay them an annual salary. If maybe you don't have to pay directly, maybe you can get a service that does that. That takes care of some of that. So you have a service, they are obligated to do that job when you call them and you need them. So that has to be in the budget, it has to be in the plan. Figure out what your problems are now, because you're gonna be working on a budget very, very soon. And it's gotta be really detailed. Figure out what they did on their own, without your permission, okay? That includes the attorney's fee. What did you pay him for what? And then make an allowance for next year. You'll be prepared. But it's gonna be, this is such a big place, it's gonna have to have a lot of items. Write them down. Get together.
Thank you, Miriam. People have already spoken more than 3 minutes.
One last thing, please.
Others have gotten back up. I will get
Just
back up.
one last thing, it's really quick. If you feel that park area has a lot of problems, because you know how things are changing in this country. A lot of disrespect, there's nothing gonna change that. The way things happen, the way we raise everything. I know this is hard to hear. You might wanna think for your own safety of getting rid of the pool.
We're not getting rid of the pool.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Your time is up.
Remember,
Ma'am.
for safety,
Ma'am.
reduce the price of the pool. and not
Ma'am, your time
pay
is up.
for safety.
Time's up, thank you.
Thank you.
Real quick, I just wanna know if there's anything being done to address the problem of people living in backyards and in garages. There's a lot in this community. You can tell walking along the path, you look over the fence, there's metal, different, like all the way to the house. Sheds, like all the way to, and there's a lot.
They live in there.
Yeah.
In the sheds?
They live in
Yeah,
sheds.
they live, yes, there's quite
Yeah,
a few
people houses?
in backyards.
They live on people's property.
Oh,
in
yeah,
sheds.
and in garages, they converted the garages into apartments.
Are
Yeah.
you reporting that to code enforcement? To Antonio?
You could see them from the walkway, that's, I mean,
Give them a call, cause
I
they're
don't know
missing
the
the-
address, I'm walking on the pathway and I see it, we don't know the addresses. And if I could see them from Plantation Boulevard walking, I mean, they're blatant, you could see them over the fences, and it's obvious, it's not a shed, it's something connected to a house that somebody's living in. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else?
I would like to address that woman's request about financials. Our reserve fund is supposed to have $712,715 in it.
Okay.
But the money backing up the reserve fund currently in CDs is only $4,700, $708.23. The difference between what our reserve should have and what is actually in it is $304,000 short. So, the pathways, the pools, all this stuff that our reserves are supposed to be repairing, that's why they're not
Okay.
getting
Ma'am,
repaired,
you already
because
said
the
that.
money went to attorneys.
Okay, you said that before, thank you. You said that
And I
before.
said it again.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. I have the election results now. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, now that Ron is back, Rosemary? Is Rosemary here?
Rosemary.
Yes, what now?
Okay, so you made a comment about, the path, you know, the overgrowth.
Yes.
Reporting the issues, the complaints about,
The pool.
yes, but I wanna talk specifically about the grass cutting, right?
Okay.
So, there's a plan in place, so just so you know. You know, it's summertime, so it overgrows.
Yes.
We also had a few staff, changes, and we're trying to work on a plan to make it work like a clock.
Okay.
So, we do see those areas, it is on our map, and I just wanted to make sure that you understand that the staff is, we're
Okay,
working.
but when I call multiple times, why don't they tell me they're aware of it and nobody gives me any updates? And every time I look, the weeds are this high, so I call the next month, and then you don't get any updates.
We're trying to improve also our communication system,
Okay.
so that's
Okay,
also
great.
part of that particular plan.
Thank you.
But I'm working with them as well.
Okay, great, I appreciate that. But the pools are falling apart, they really are.
Yeah.
The pavers, the coping, I'm stepping on that in the pool. You know, the bathrooms, like she said, they're bad. I mean, they're not maintaining the showers, they tell me to shower before I clean the pool. It's disgusting, bad,
Thank
really
you, ma'am.
bad.
All right, we now have the election results. The 3 new board members for the 2025-2026 year. Freddie Acevedo, Gary Arias, and Alberto Delgado. Congratulations to the 3 of you. And the amendment to permit artificial grass passed by a vote of 316 for versus 47 against. So clearly passed. So with that said, is there now, I believe, a motion to adjourn? This is a membership meeting.
What was the total quorum?
Total quorum was 331.
I have one last thing to say. So I wonder, I see all these pamphlets, things with names. Where is the people? All of them? All of them?
No, of course not.
Yeah, I saw Brandy, I saw Victoria, and I guess someone
Rob
else
Curry
there.
was there, but he did oversaw the election.
Right, but where is this person, Reggie?
Who's that?
This, yeah.
Yeah, who's that?
Reggie's
been here all day. Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie's the secretary.
Okay.
They each work.
And Mr. Cardona.
He didn't come.
Okay, that's the whole point.
He hasn't been here for a while either.
Did Reggie actually cast votes before 4 o'clock?
What?
Did Reggie actually cast his ballots before 4 o'clock? That's what everybody seems to have noticed. Isn't that before the time frame and therefore not really eligible?
No.
If the rules were 4 to
They
7,
were not
he can't.
cast before 4 o'clock.
That's what the first voter who came said. It was before 4 o'clock, his name was already on there.
They were turned in at 4 o'clock. They were not counted until the election started counting.
But he signed the register prior to 4 o'clock.
Yes, but they were not counted because I have to review the proxies. So we didn't start the process till 4 o'clock.
And when did you review the signatures on all of his proxies?
We started doing it when people were coming in at.
Oh, you didn't do them all while we were here? 'Cause there's a lot.
We were doing them and they were being done before they have all been checked. And there's nothing wrong
But
with checking
prior
first.
to registration, they were checked.
Prior to registration, they were checked.
Yeah. Ours can only be checked at registration.
There was no delay in checking anybody's proxies today.
But why are there two classes of proxy holders? Those of us that have to register at 4 and have our proxies checked at 4, and those that have their proxies checked behind closed doors whenever. It could have been yesterday, the
Actually,
day
they're
before.
not done behind closed doors. If anyone wants to.
Well, I
protect-
didn't see you when I came in this afternoon checking their proxies.
Well, you did see me checking proxies, didn't you?
This afternoon before 4 o'clock,
No, at 4 o'clock. I was here before you.
but you didn't check 300 and some
You
proxies
don't
at
know-
3 o'clock,
okay,
at 4 o'clock.
Again, they were checked properly, legally, and they
Not
were.
after 4 o'clock.
Not after 4 o'clock, because if we
So,
did,
why
because,
are there
excuse me,
two?
you asked a question, I'm answering it.
You're not answering
Excuse
me, you're telling me what you want us to hear.
No, I'm
It's
telling
not
you answers.
what
If it was
everybody's-
done after 4 o'clock, if we did all 300 after 4 o'clock, we wouldn't be counting election votes until after 10
So
o'clock.
why allow him to vote 300?
Any person, including Mr. Munson's brother, used to bring in 30
But
at
he
a time.
didn't get them registered before 4
No,
o'clock.
but we counted them all when he brought them in.
But he didn't
Folks,
get
just
them
a minute.
registered
Let's go.
before
Listen,
4
Sharon,
o'clock.
Thank you.
Sharon, you could turn your proxy in as soon as you get it in the mail.
Yes.
We have the ballot box right in the office. People came in all the last 3 weeks putting in proxies in that box.
That's true, you don't have to.
Its
bring them forward.
registration is for everybody that wants to
But in
register.
order to vote my proxies, I have to be here. They're not voted if they're in the box.
I didn't receive anything myself.
Okay,
All right,
this is.
is there a motion to adjourn?
I
I can't, membership after adjourn.
want to give a compliment, but also additional request. We've had some of the paved trail, since it's overgrown so much, the grass, like some places 6 to 8 inches, the grass is, they're working on it. And I'm glad because, because it gives more room, because some of the spots are very narrow, and some of our neighbors don't help each other out when they're going through. Yeah, so, thank you.
We have an adjourn, everybody join the meeting?
Motion.
Motion to adjourn, anybody? Did somebody make a motion to adjourn the meeting? Somebody got to adjourn the meeting. Can you adjourn the meeting? Adjourn the meeting. Adjourn the meeting, thank you. Meeting adjourned, thank you.